Joining us now is Academy Award nominee, Emmy and Golden Globe winning actor and producer, Sharon Stone. Thanks for being here.
Hi, Ari.
You have this new memoir. In your core, you write that you felt like you started out introverted. How did that work for you in fields that are so much about presentation?
Well, I think I'm still personally a very shy person and an introverted person, but I have, as a professional, my job is to be quite empathetic about others. I think a lot of shy people are actually in my field, and some of the greatest. I mean, I had the great honor of working with Robert De Niro, who's one of the finest actors, and he's probably one of the most shy people I've ever met in my life.
Many of the characters seem extroverted, no?
Well, yes, because I have played a lot of antisocial characters who are without regard for others.
Did you find that the career drew you to these certain characters because that's where opportunities were, or actually you like doing that?
Well, I really did want the part in Basic Instinct. I really wanted that part because I was so fascinated by playing this person who was so complicated, but appeared so simple, smooth, serene.
Did a lot of people just have a problem separating your character in that film from you? Because don't we know that your whole job as an actor is to become a different character, and yet they thought it was you to some degree?
You have to form like a publicity persona. And I thought that was kind of a fun, good idea for me. So that I wasn't just going to cry when people interviewed me. So I got kind of sassy and funny, and it was easier because what happened is people would see the film and then immediately come in a room and be like this, knee to knee interviewing me, and they were scared of me because they just saw the movie.
Well, you did kill a lot of people.
Yeah, of course. I just ice-picked them left and right. So they came in and they looked at me and I was like, oh, they're scared of me. And that was kind of funny to me.
I want to read from something we dug up. This is the New York Times in 1994. Sharon Stone is one of the top 2 female stars in Hollywood, along with Julia Roberts, who plays victims in need of rescue by men. While Miss Stone, by contrast, is at her best portraying strong, capable women. Do you remember what that article was headlined?
I don't.
The ultimate question, can Sharon Stone act? Why do you think in a time when you were factually being recognized for playing strong characters, in contrast to what Hollywood wanted, there was still this enduring public or critical questioning of your talent?
Because I think misogyny is strong and is still incredibly strong. And I think if you portray strength, it's easier to say that there's something wrong with you. And if you're strong, and if you're smart, and if you have boundaries, there must be something wrong with you. It couldn't possibly be that you're just self-possessed female who has both feet on the ground.
How do you think that plays out in the way we deal with women in power, in government, in reality?
Well, I think, we see this very strongly, and I have to say, even with Liz Cheney, who, let's say, I don't agree with all of her views, but I certainly agree with her right and ability to have them, and I thought she had them quite well. But we're trying to, I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like McCarthyism all over again. It's like there is just such an insistence that we have a common opinion about this and a common opinion about that. And if you don't, see you later. I feel that every time we do that, it's against what this country is about. That is not democracy.
And in the book, you write about the difference between the critical reception of the Times, which in many cases just doesn't endure very well. It doesn't look all that great in the rear view.
It doesn't look good in the rear view, and it doesn't look good right out the windshield.
And so you have this great line I want to read to you, where you say, a critic sees movies for free and tells you what they think. An audience tells you how a movie makes them feel.
Yes.
And I have to tell you, when I was reading this, we look to the wisdom of lyrics sometimes around here, and you write songs yourself. What do you got? You got something?
Well, I know how much you like rap. If you could give me a little beatbox me in, I had a little rap here for you.
You have a rap. I'll tell you what I'll try to do, because I don't know how to beatbox, and I wouldn't claim to. But this is like a...
I'm on the air with Ari. Heart beating like a Ferrari. I could have been a zoomin', but I wanted to be in the roomin'. Who'd wanna miss that?
Let's see, how can I say this in the most professional way possible? There are many people who dream to have this experience with you, so I'm happy you're sharing it with us. How many songs have you written?
Me, I've written like a couple hundred songs.
The line I was thinking of that echoes from your book is, if you know Method Man from Wu-Tang, he says, with regard to critics, for him it's music critics, for you I read some of the dated criticism of your time. He says, F a rap critic, he talk about it while I live it.
That's really it. I mean, it's like people say to me, when was the last time you watched whatever? And I'm like, I don't really watch them. I live them.
Right.
I was there. It's like I don't really need to go back and look at it because I was actually on the inside of it.
And yet in your world and ours, prestige still matters to most people. It's still factored in. And the critics and the awards figure in somehow. It seemed meaningful to you when you got, by many accounts, the well-deserved Golden Globe for Casino. I
was so shocked.
Well, you looked a little surprised. I want to relive that moment for you. When's the last time you may have seen those awards?
I never saw it.
Okay.
And the winner is Sharon Stone for Casino.
And no one is more surprised than me. It's a miracle. Thank you to the Foreign Press Association for your support to me tonight and for the 19 years I've been waiting for this moment. I have to thank Marty Scorsese for touching me with his incredible genius and making room for the breadth and annoying moments of my uncontrollable passion for this part.
What did it mean to you?
A lot. Oh, it's so touching to see that. It meant everything to me. I mean, that's so touching. Oh my God. It's so funny. He asked me.
What makes you tearful about it now?
Look, I'm a kid from nowhere. I grew up in a farming community. I mean, there were 87 kids in my school class. You know what I mean? Like, it was like really one stoplight town. And I had a very big dream that grew up from watching black and white movies on a TV that had 3 channels on good days, and bunny ears on the top. I'm not the person people pick. I'm like the dark of darkest horses, And so I went and I told Vera Wang, my friend, thank you, Ari, thank you. I told her, just make me a dress that makes me look like I just jumped out of the swimming pool, please, and came over. I don't want to look like a big loser in a big puffy dress, You
were projecting ahead, and the industry, of course, makes you dress for what you think is going to happen and all that. But you were projecting ahead to the moment when you would be the dignified loser of that contest.
And I wouldn't have to go through that horrible feeling. And I was just like, la, la, la. And so when I won, I was like, oh my God. So I was already a beat behind. So I got up and I started up the stairs and I kind of didn't know what was going on. And Tom Hanks grabbed me by the arms and he went, you deserve this. And they want a good show. Don't cry. And I went, oh.
He said, don't cry?
Yeah.
Why?
And because they want a good show. Like, you deserve this. Like, go get it. And I was like, oh, okay.
But you still took the shot once you were up there and said it was overdue.
Well, yeah, because it was like funny. You know, it was just funny. Like, it was funny. I remember Steve Martin was sitting in the front and he was really laughing, and I thought, oh, that's good.
Yeah.
At least people are laughing.